Okay, so I'm making this video so that you can get 5 in a row on the activity completing the square in quadratic equations on Khan Academy. Okay, so here is the problem that I have. Complete the square to rewrite this expression in this form. Now notice, in this problem, they're not asking us to solve this quadratic equation. First off, this isn't even a quadratic equation. It's a quadratic expression because there's not an equal 0. So they're just asking us to complete the square and stop. Okay, the next two activities will ask us to complete the square to solve. This just wants us to simply complete the square. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to write equals 0 here. Okay. Now they want us to put it in this form right there. So now I am going to complete the square. Okay, so to complete the square, I take negative b over 2 and I square it. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to add to both sides b over 2 all squared. Okay, so pause the video and write that down. And so you can see right here I wrote for you that we need to add this to both sides. We're adding this to both sides of the equal sign. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to calculate b over 2 squared. Well, in this case, b is negative 16. You can see right here, negative 16. Real quick, let me write. Quadratic equations are written ax squared plus bx plus c. And you can see the number in front of the x squared is a. The number in front of the x is b. And the number out here by itself, that's c. So they're wanting me to take the number in front of x and put it right here. And in our case, that's negative 16. So I've got negative 16 over 2 all squared. All right, negative 16 over 2 is negative 8 all squared, which equals 64. So now what I need to do is I need to add 64 here, and I need to add 64 on the right side. Okay, because what you do to the left of an equation, you have to also do to the right side. Okay, so now let's write this. Let's write x squared minus 16x plus 64 minus 39 equals 64. All right. Now, I want you to see that this right here is a perfect square. This right here is a perfect square, so we are going to factor it. Okay. So let's factor it. So when you factor a quadratic, x squared and then x and then a number without a variable, you write it in two sets of binomials. And so I write whatever the square root of x squared is here and here, because x times x equals x squared. If you need a second to write what's on the screen, you can pause the video and do that. And now I ask myself, what are two numbers that multiply to give me 64 that also add to be negative 16? Now, since this is called completing the square, I know it's going to be whatever the square root of this is because it's a perfect square. And so that's going to be 8 and 8. And then always whatever this sign is will go in both of these. Okay, so now let's check and see if we're right. Is negative 8 plus negative 8 equal to negative 16? It is. And is negative 8 times negative 8 equal to positive 64? It is. So now let's keep writing. Minus 39 equals 64. Okay, now here's what I want you to recognize. X minus 8 times x minus 8 is the same thing as x minus 8 all squared. Okay, because remember, 3 times 3 equals 3 squared, right? And so x minus 8 times x minus 8 equals x minus 8 all squared. And I'm going to continue writing. Minus 39 equals 64. Okay, now we're almost there. Let's look at the form they have up here. They want everything to the left of the equal sign. So they want x plus a squared plus b, and then they don't want to know what's on the right. So what I need to do is I need to take this 64 right here and I need to move it to the left side of the equal sign. Well, what can I do to get that 64 from the right side to the left side? Well, I can subtract 64 on both sides. Okay? Now when I do that, I get x minus 8 all squared, and negative 39 minus 64 is, and so negative 39 minus 64 is negative 103, and that equals 0. And so this is what I put in, okay? This right here is what I put in to Khan Academy. This is the answer, okay? And so the A right here is going to be negative 8, okay? And my B right here is going to be negative 103. Okay, so what I did is I put my answer in Khan Academy and I took a picture, and I want to show you the picture real quick. So let me pull it up, okay? And so you can see, let me show you in this image. You can see my x minus 8 squared minus 103 equals 0. See right here, I put it as x plus negative 8 squared because they said right here that they wanted it to be in the form x plus a all squared, all right? And then I put minus 103 because I got minus 103 right there. So this is how you would enter it. And you can see, you can look right here and make sure your form looks like what you intended it to look like right here. And you can see I got it right.